All right, let's begin.
Okay.
Okay, so could you tell me your full name, please?
Okay, it's 채원음 and it spells CHAEWON and EUM.
Okay. And first of all, could you tell me, are you working or are you a student?
I'm working now as a dancer and performer since I major dance, and I mostly work as a freelancer in South Korea, but I start my new season abroad on this January.
Okay. And do you like your job?
Yes, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world.
What do you like most about your job?
To perform, travel, and get paid.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about writing. So do you write a lot?
Yes, when I was young, I tried to write my diary every day to record my practice, like it was kind of practice note. But these days I don't really write every day, but when I want to write, I think I write. Yeah.
And what do you like to write?
About my feelings usually, and also if there are something like special, some occasions or some certain thing happened, then I write about that, but usually about my feelings.
And do you think the things you like to write will change in the future?
I don't know. I think about the feelings, I'm going to write like maybe forever, because that is my the main topic of my diary. But maybe some other exceptional subjects or external subjects will be changed, of course, because I'm going to be changed.
Okay. And do you prefer writing by hand or typing on a computer?
Usually by hand, because I like the feelings of the pen and pencils. But if I don't have the note or paper, then I like to write with my phone by typing.
All right. Now we're going to talk about puzzles. So did you do puzzles in your childhood?
Maybe, but I don't really remember. I think there was maybe only one puzzle in my room, and it was like a princess puzzle. So all the princess characters were there, and I was just puzzling. But except that, I don't really remember other puzzles.
Okay. And do you think it is good for older people to do puzzles?
Well, maybe, but depends on people, because if the person likes to do it, yes, it will be helpful, because it makes you use your brain a lot. But if that gives like more stress, then I wouldn't recommend it.
All right. Now we're going to talk about singing. So do you like singing?
No, not at all. I am really weak at singing. Actually, I like to use my body more, and about the vocal part, I have no idea, so I don't really like it.
And do you think singing can bring happiness to people?
Yes, but like not for me really. I don't really like to sing, so I just like to hear somebody singing. So yeah, depends on people do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that'll do us for part one. We'll go on to part two of the test now.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so there's your question. Here, there's a pencil for you. So you can have 1 minute now to make some notes. All right. Okay, that's 1 minute now. All right. Okay, so could you describe a photo you took that you are proud of?
Well, it was really difficult to choose, but I would say there was a local election this year on June, and my mom she's the council person of the city, and she also participated in the election, because after that she started her second term. So I was like helping a lot for the election. I give up my job for a while, and I just focused on her camp. And then we took a lot of photos that we need for the document. And I am proud of all those photos that we took during those period, like from May to June. And that's because not only as a daughter, but also as a supporter and also as a kind of comrade, I could help my mom. And that was very encouraging, not only for me, but also for my mom and also for other people who support my mom. And I think that photos kinds of shows, I would say, my decision to help her. And that's why I am proud of also the result. And because that photos contains all the time that we put a lot of effort for the election. So I would choose that. And yes, of course, it was took in the city, Goyang City. So it was, since it was the local election. And what's in this photo? It's me and my mom. And yeah.
Okay, that's 2 minutes now. All right, thank you very much. So we'll move on to part 3 now.
All right.
All right, so let's keep going. So why do some people like to record important things with photos?
With photos, because it brings the memory back very, I think, clearly. Like it's much easier to remind all those moments by photos than maybe just writings or text. But I think the feature of the text or the photos or even the videos are so different. And for some people, it's very convenient and clear. So that's why maybe.
And why do some people dislike taking photographs?
Because I think that was me in the past, and I was like that because I was not very like confident with my appearance, and I didn't want to be recorded in that look. So that's why.
Okay. And what can people learn from historical photographs?
Oh, because that photos shows very directly the feelings and the situation of the moment. It's something more than explaining. Sometimes instincts are like they are stronger than just some logics or explanation, and people can feel it directly from the photo. So that is, I think that is more powerful. That's why they use historical photos to inspire people.
And do you think schools in your country use photos to teach their students?
I don't know. Maybe no, because I don't really remember that like impressive photos in the textbook. Maybe no.
Okay. And what do people in your country usually do with their photos?
Maybe uploading on Instagram or Facebook. I think most of the people do that for their like normal daily life. And if the photo is something more professional, I think they would participate in some competitions, because there are many photos and videos competitions. And if that is more professional, maybe the journalists or the reporters, they will use it for their job and also the news. Yeah, so I can divide that way.
Yes. And what do you think are the main reasons people upload photos to social media?
For recording and also to show that I am being good. And also for people who are doing social media for their profession or for the reason of the job, they're kind of making their name card through the Instagram. For example, the dancers or performers nearby me, they use their Instagram account as their name card. So they try to show their like, I don't know, like their work or pieces or their jobs to promote them.
Yes. And are there any disadvantages to uploading photos on social media?
Sometimes it brings the past, which I don't want to remember, or which somebody doesn't want to remember. So that will be the bad part of it. So that's why everybody is taking so like being careful to choose the photo to choose, like to go on the Instagram.
Yes. All right. Okay, that will do. Thank you very much. All right, so for the feedback part, really good test. I would estimate your score to be at least 7.5 and up. Yeah, around that. I'll just point out a few grammar things that we'll look at, right? When you're talking about a month, you were saying this year on June, on January.
Yes.
So be in for the month.
All right.
Yeah?
That's always confusing.
Yeah, it's all good. No problem. In January, in June. Another one you said a couple of times, right? It depends on people. It should be it depends on the person. So every time you use depends on, you should use the plus singular noun.
Okay. Oh,
Depends
that's
on the
singular.
weather, depends on the person, whatever. Yeah, good expressions. I'm weak at singing. That's fine, no problem. But maybe a better expression would be I don't have a good voice, or I can't hit the high notes, or try to use expressions related to the topic. That'd be good.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that expression, but if we want to just upgrade our vocabulary a little bit.
All right.
What are we saying? During those period, it should be that period.
That period.
Because I know it's multiple months, but it's one period. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, and part 2 it asks you to describe a photo. So I'd be more specific again about one photo.
Okay. But it was really difficult to choose.
Right, yeah. It's a hard one to choose exactly one. But yeah, I would say definitely in the second part, just try and focus on one and describe it totally and clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was always good. Just the last one in part 3, I think there was a little bit of misunderstanding. The question was, why do people dislike taking photos? So taking photos means like the person actually clicking the camera.
Okay.
I think you were answering people don't like getting their photos taken.
Yes.
So just between active and
sorry.
passive. No, it's no problem. It's like I think that's a common error, right? So taking photos or getting photos taken. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go with that. He said making their name card. Maybe a better expression would be like online portfolio. People can make their online portfolio through uploading pictures and videos.
All right.
It's easy to remind of. Okay, it's easy to, maybe a better word would be recall here.
Recall.
It's easy to recall moments, recall memories.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really good overall. Nice test. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers.